Here we are with another Oxford United match in the book. It's a massive 3-1 victory to Oxford over the Plymouth, hoping and adding to their chances of making the playoffs. Let's get into it. As I said, that was a 3-1 victory to Oxford. So that was Oxford going 1-0 up by half-time, then come out looking a bit poor, and Plymouth pegged them back, get an equaliser, and then Matty Taylor with a second half double to make it 3-1 on the night. Massive 3 points for Oxford this. And with this victory and the results around the league, Oxford move up to 5th in the league, obviously with all the teams below, 3 teams below them currently with games in hand. So you've got Blackpool, Portsmouth and Charlton. Obviously both Charlton and Blackpool losing today. Obviously Portsmouth winning to relegate Bristol Rovers as the early kick-off. So it's a massive 3 points, massive chance for Oxford to keep their chances of playoffs hopes alive. It's still looking distant with Charlton still got 2 games in hand. Portsmouth 2 games in hand. Charlton with 1. Blackpool with a couple. It's still going to be very close at this end of the season, but you know, with the full chance, it could be anyone's game at the end of this. So let's go into the game itself. Obviously, Oxford started really brightly in the first half. I think had very much quite a lot of the possession, creating some good chances. Adji doing some great work on the wings. Another bit of a quiet day again for Shadipo. Sadly starting to be a bit of a regular occurrence for him at the moment, but managed to get that own goal with a whip ball in, getting an own goal from a Plymouth player just to get a deflection into the goal, just what we needed to get that lead going into half-time. And it was a great feeling going into half-time, 1-0 up. You're thinking kick on in the second half, get a second, put this game to bed, move on to next weekend. Brilliant. Obviously that wasn't the case. Oxford doing what they do best, coming out in the second half, forgetting how to play football altogether, who absolutely run ragged by Plymouth, having great chances, and with their first official shot on target, they do eventually get one in the net. There was a possible handball prior to it, but in terms of another chance prior to that, where I think it was Atkinson made a pretty good block. They were appealing for a handball, but nothing was given. But then they managed to get that equaliser, and you're thinking here, worst case scenario, they look like they're going to come and get another one, crack on, and then we would be stumped for where we were, and wouldn't have any chance of the playoffs. But luckily, Oxford suddenly then remembered that they know our footballers, they're professional footballers, and managed to start bringing back the press. And within another 5-10 minutes, Matty Taylor gets his first of the game. What was his 16th of the season at the time, and it suddenly felt like this was going to be another game for us. But it still felt like it was in the balance. Plymouth still having some great chances, and then luckily Matty Taylor with another, getting his 17th for the season, putting the game to bed by that point with only 20 minutes to play. You didn't think Plymouth would have anything to come back and get another opportunity. I mean, they did have 1 or 2 here and there, but I think Oxford saw out the rest of the last 20 minutes pretty quietly. And it was just nice to see Oxford cruise to another 3-1 victory in the end. Looked a bit ropey in the middle, but that's just the story of Oxford's season currently, pretty much every game. Now we've got to crack on next weekend. 2 games left for the U's. We got Burton on the final game, and obviously Shrewsbury next weekend. So 2 massive games, need the 6 points out of all of them if they're to make the playoffs. Hopefully keep our eyes open in the midweek to see what happens. Hopefully we can see some losses for both Charlton and Portsmouth and even Blackpool to help keep our playoff hopes alive, because come on, we've got to make it. So there you are, there's my review of the match. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of the match? And obviously please do like and follow for more if you want to see more of these. I'll keep bringing these up to date every weekday, not every weekday, but every game. So next Saturday, we've got a couple more left this season. And if you ever want to see any other games for me to look into, possibly some Premier League stuff, Champions League stuff, so obviously with the semi-finals in the week, please let me know in the comments, and I'm sure I'll be able to bring them to you. Cheers.